Hey everybody, before we get into this awesome video, I wanted to announce a giveaway that I'm doing. I am giving away a Wild Game Innovations 360 cellular camera. I used the camera last year and I decided that it is so awesome that I want to give it away to one of you guys. So all you got to do to enter the drawing is subscribe if you're not subscribed already, like the video, share with at least one friend, but the goal is to share it with as many people as possible and then comment done. I'm not going to give away the camera until I've reached 500 subscribers. I think we're sitting at around 280 right now. So let's get as many people subscribed to Kicking Feet Outdoors as possible. And as soon as we reach that 500 mark, I will draw and then announce the winner. So like I said, subscribe if you're not already subscribed, like the video, share with a friend, comment done in the comment section, and that is it. Very simple, and I'm looking forward to giving away this awesome cellular camera to one of you lovely people. Now let's get into this awesome video.
But ask the animals, and they will teach you, or the birds in the sky, and they will tell you, or speak to the earth, and it will teach you, or let the fish in the sea inform you. Which of all these does not know that the hand of the Lord has done this? In his hand is the life of every creature and the breath of all mankind. Job 12:7-10.
Well, hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Kicking Feet Outdoors. Today, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to score your deer. First and foremost, I am not a professional at doing this. I've only actually ever done this one other time. So these measurements probably aren't going to be 100% exact. I'm just going to ballpark everything. I've watched a couple videos. Like I said, I've done it once, but I feel that there's really no need to take this to somebody else and do it. You can just do it yourself at home. This right here is a deadhead that we found years ago here on the farm, and I've never scored it. So I'm really interested to see what his score is. Believe he died from EHD possibly. It was a few summers ago, but as you can see, a really nice deer. So really looking forward to doing this today. It's going to be an awesome time. I'm really going to try to walk you guys through this process. It's really not a hard thing. You do need a few things here. So I've got a flexible tape with me here. You're going to need some paper and writing utensil, and I've also got some tape. We'll kind of get into that later, but as you can see, I've already kind of taped around here, trying to line things up. Again, not perfect, but it's going to get the job done today. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and get into this. So the first thing that I went ahead and did, I went ahead and kind of lined everything up here on my paper. Of course, we're going for a grow score, and I've got marked on here in a little T-chart, your left and right, because that's the antlers that we're going to be doing. We're going to be scoring, your main beams, which is this whole piece. Those are your main beams. We're going to be scoring our G figures, which for those of you that don't know, your brow tines are your G1s. You've got your G2s, G3s, so on and so forth. Like I said, this is your main beam here. So those are the pieces that we're going to be measuring for length. And then for our H measurements, those are your circumference or mass measurements. You've got your H1, which will be here, H2, H3, and then an H4. So on these particular mass measurements, it's important that you really get there into the thinnest spot. No reason to cheat here. As you can see where the antlers are, there's actually quite a bit more mass there. So if I measured up there, of course I'm going to get a bigger mass measurement. You want to split the difference here where it's even and measure there. So let's just go ahead and get into this. We'll start with this right one. I'll get you guys moved over here so you can see a little bit better, and this ought to go pretty well. So because I want you guys to see really well, I'm going to kind of do this a little bit backwards from over at a different angle. That way you guys can see, hopefully. It's going to be a little bit tricky, but we're going to do our best here. I'm going to try to get you guys to see as much as you can. So starting off, like I said, we're going to go ahead and measure this main beam on the right side. Here is your pedicle. You don't want to go below that. So we're just going to start at that pedicle. And as you can see, this is why a flexible tape measure makes all the world of a difference. So we're just going to take this nice and slow and steady. And I'm going to continue pressing down on my tape as we do this. Again, pretty easy process. Something I haven't mentioned yet, we're going to be measuring an eighth. So a while back, I measured that shed that I had found. It was my very first shed. And I said that it was 60 and a half. That was technically wrong on my part. Actually would have been 60 and 4/8. So we're measuring in eighths. Right now, hopefully you guys can see, we are at 19. It's pretty close there. So I would say that that's about 19 and 7/8 there on the main beam on the right side. And then next, we're just going to go ahead and measure this G1. I've got my tape. That's where I'm going to start with it. So there. And that is 3 1/8. Next will be our G2. Again, trying to work a little backwards here. Sorry, my big head is in the way. Let's see. And that is right on 10 on the dot, 10 even. So 10 even on the G2 on the right side. We're not going to measure these little kickers. For a couple videos I've watched, I forget the exact length they need to be, but as far as I know, those are too short to score. Those aren't scoreable points. So we're not going to bother with those. We're just going to leave those be. Coming up here on the G3 on the right side. We've got 7 1/8. So far on our main beam on the right side, we have 19 7/8. For our G1, we've got 3 1/8. For our G2, we've got an even 10. And for our G3, we have 7 1/8. So now we're just going to go ahead and we'll do the mass measurements, and then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So on these mass measurements, again, don't get too close to the antler. Watch out for any stickers. Like this sticker over here, I'm going to avoid and probably measure right in this area. But right here, we'll measure our mass measurement for the H1 measurement. All right, so right there, I've got 4 6/8 on our H1 measurement. And we're going to come up in here and do our H2 measurement. Right there, I've got 4 3/8. So 4 3/8 on our H2 measurement. Compared to our H1 measurement, that was a couple eighths of an inch thicker. Now here for our H3 measurement. Again, we're just going to go right there about the middle. So right here, I've got 3 7/8. And for our last mass measurement, which is going to be our H4 measurement here, we're going to go ahead and measure this length and then split the difference and go right in about the middle. Because obviously up here it's pretty thick, but then really tiny down here, real thin. So we're just going to split the difference. So roughly we've got about 5 1/2. So that would be 2 3/4. So right about in this area. And right there, I'm pulling it about as tight as I can. I would say about an even 3. So 3 on our H4 measurement. And now I'm just going to do the same thing to the other side, but rather than talking and boring to you guys, I'll just go ahead and speed this part up, and then we'll go ahead and do the rest of the scoring. And now that I've got all those measurements done, again, the main measurements, the G measurements, and our H measurements, I'm going to go ahead and measure up the inside spread here. So for the inside spread, from my understanding, we're looking for the widest number. So you kind of want to play around with this. We're going to try to find the widest spot here, and that will be our inside spread. So right there, we've got about 19 1/8. Right there, again, about 19 1/8. About 18 5/8. 18 and 5/8. So I think about our best measurement that we can go with here is 19 1/8 for our inside spread. So now that we've got all our measurements, the next step is going to be pretty much just to add up all these numbers. And unfortunately, I'm not going to film that part because I need my calculator and I'm filming with my phone today. I'm pretty good at math, but I'm not that good. So let me go ahead and crunch these numbers, and then we'll go over the final gross score here. And now that I've got my totals here, just to go over this real quick. So for our left antler, we ended up with a gross score of 52 2/8. On our right antler, we ended up with 56 1/8. And then again, remember that inside spread we measured at 19 1/8. So factor all that in together, and we've got a total gross score on this deadhead here of 127 4/8. Not 127 1/2, but 127 4/8. So like I said, a real simple and easy process. But if this was just a shed that you found out while shed hunting, the only thing you'd do different is obviously you'd score that one antler that you've got, and then obviously you would then times that by 2, just kind of ballparking that the other antler is roughly the same. And then you would just factor in a 16-inch spread because that's like an average inside spread on most whitetails. So that would be how you would score a shed that you would find, and then you could get a rough idea of that buck's approximate gross score. But again, a super very easy DIY project that you can do. You don't really have to take this to somebody else and ask them to do it, or whatever. You can do this at home. But again, I'm not a professional, so it's not going to be professional numbers. Might not be 100% exact, but it's going to get you a really close number on what your deer scored and whatnot. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. This was fun to do, fun hanging out with you guys always. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button, drop a comment, like the video, and share it with a friend. Until next time, stick with it.